Hello everyone, this is Mr. Mar again with my final foundation activity tutorial. We're going to do activity 7 right now, where we're going to make art with the piano roll. So I wanted to point out, to develop proficiency with the powerful piano roll tool, many producers create visual art images using the piano MIDI roll notes as individual pixels. You can search YouTube for MIDI art, and there's plenty of great examples of people doing this who are much better at it than I am. However, it's still a great thing to do. You get a lot better using the piano roll this way. So we're going to set this up exactly the same way as we did activity 6. So we're going to click here to download the scale guide. For my students, it's attached to the assignment. This time I'm going to pick A minor scale. I'm going to pick C minor. So, here we go. Just got a little glitch for a second. Gonna download that. And then I'll be able to import it into Soundtrap. There we go. Click import file. And I'm gonna download my scale guide. All right. So you're gonna set this up like you did with the baseline. Set the loop bar so it's so the scale guide is outside the looping area. That way you're not going to hear the scale guide when you're trying to write your image. If you listen to the scale guide, it sounds like this. It's literally like every note in a scale for like 6 octaves played all at once. It's not a good sound. Really just there for reference. So once you open up your piano roll with your scale guide set, you're going to create an image that aligns with the scale guide, and that is again the most important part of this, making sure that your notes are all directly horizontally across from one of the notes in the scale guide. If you don't do that, it's going to sound bad. So I'm going to pick kind of somewhere around here. Might leave it on that Rhodes sound. I'm going to change it to a different sound. I just want something different. Stuff I haven't tried here before. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna use an organ. I did an organ for the last one and it kind of worked out, so cool. So at this point, you're just gonna draw. You can actually use the pencil tool to draw notes, and you can actually get kind of like a basic image that way. I could start clicking around. That I should probably be a little bit more intentional, and it also sounds really bad up there. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to do, what can I draw? I'm going to do a fish. That's been working out for me. So I'm going to start clicking these notes, again making sure that it's only notes across from the scale guide. What's unfortunate is this process just kind of takes a minute. Alright, so I've got kind of a line there. I'm going to use that to start kind of drawing my fish. It's also kind of helping me just figure out where the notes are in the scale guide. I also just know what notes are in the scale, but that takes a little practice. So trying to keep all of my notes directly right and left across from each other. So I've got like a fish tail here. I'm gonna try to make the body of the fish. I might try to like just, okay, that works. And then bring it back down. In class, when I was explaining this assignment, I'm pretty sure that I showed the Andrew Huang example. I mean, his were really impressive. So I definitely suggest checking that out if you want some real inspiration. Alright, kind of almost have a fish here. All right. And I'm going to make a little face. Again, all of my notes are directly horizontally across from a note in the scale guide. That way it's actually going to sound a little bit more musical than if we just kind of put notes all squished together. And again, you want to get used to trying to write with precision and intention. So I got a little sad face there. And I always like to draw a fin on my fish because that pattern usually sounds kind of interesting. That's right. That's right. Okay. So one thing you can also do, so you can see right here, this is actually a little bit high for a fin. So I'm going to just select them all, hold down the shift key and move it down. So now I can kind of place my fin a little bit better and then just double check to make sure everything's in line with the scale guide, and it is. So good, great. I've got a fish. Let's hear what it sounds like. Cool, great, awesome. So it does sound a little chaotic, but it does actually kind of fit better than if you had just done this without the scale guide. So you've got your image. Again, each note is across from a note in the scale guide. That is the most important step. The sooner that you can learn how to write music on the piano roll against the scale guide, the easier this class is going to be and the more creative you can be, because there's just kind of unlimited potential with tools like this. So at this point you can save it, call it A7. I would suggest kind of watching some of the step-by-steps on these two. The last thing that you'll need to do to turn this assignment in once you've saved it is to actually take a screenshot of your image. So I suggested zooming in for that so you can see the image a little bit better. You can actually also resize it here. And just zoom back out a little bit. Great. So now I've got a really good image of my fish here with the scale guide. So you can see everything's across from that. Take a picture of that. So you're going to attach that to your assignment and share it, or download the audio and do it that way. So that is it. Those are the foundation activities. Hopefully you got a lot out of that. We're going to be referring back to these lessons and these tools throughout the year, building on them and getting better at using these tools. So that's it. See you all next time.